Hello, everyone. I am going to start by first sharing my screen, and then I start a little early, so I'll give people a couple of minutes to get in. So if you're joining me online, feel free to look at the disclaimer, and then we will be moving on in a minute. So for those of you just joining me now, I just saying I'm going to start sharing my screen. We'll start in a minute or so, so you can just find yourself in a comfortable seated position before we get started today. Great. So I'm going to keep up this screen for about the next minute. So feel free to grab some water, find yourself in a comfortable seated position, take a moment just to pause and rest. Today's class will be learning about loving kindness. For those of you just joining us now, I would invite you to find yourself in a comfortable seating position. If you'd like, you can grab some water. We're going to start in about 20 seconds. I'm just going to leave this disclaimer up for just a little bit longer. All right, I'm gonna stop screen sharing now. If you'll just give me a moment or so as I click on a couple of different pieces. And from here, I'm gonna drop the Spotify playlist in our chat menu. Of course, you're welcome to use this if you'd like, but again, we're doing a loving kindness meditation today. So if you'd prefer just to do this in silence, that is completely okay. If you want to listen to this music, I'm going to start now. But of course, take your own time. So, from here, loving kindness. I want to invite you to start by just sitting in a place where you feel like you can relax a little bit. You don't have to be super rigid and sit up tall, just soften those shoulders, soften the sides of the body, the hips. And I'd like to invite you here just to take a moment and notice the breath. Inhaling here. Exhaling, letting it go of any stress, any tension. If you're joining me live, it's about 11:03 right now, and you might have been up for a couple of hours, you might have just gotten up, but your body now is still in the waking up stage. And so I want to invite you to let go of any tension that you've built up. Inhaling here, exhale, letting go of any of that stress. So, loving kindness is a conscious intention to ourselves and our loved ones. This is shared for all sentient beings, and it looks different for everyone. But the intention here is that you recognize the impact of your thoughts, feelings, and actions on the world around you. And so when you think about this meditation, oftentimes you hear a story about how our lives can be filled with 10,000 sorrows and 10,000 joys. And we all probably have something in our story and our narratives in our past that could bring someone to tears, a sorrow in our life. And at the same time, we also have something that could fill someone with joy. We have experiences that are both heavy on the heart and lightening. And so today, our goal is to practice that loving kindness so that we can intentionally, with a conscious effort, kind of share more of the joy, recognizing that we will all go through this world of sorrows. But for today, is there a way that you can spread love to yourself, to others, and to the world? So first, I want you to first kind of connect with your heart. So one thing, if it feels right for you, you can place your hands on your heart here, or you can actually feel your heartbeat. So if you prefer, you can press on your wrist. I prefer feeling right here, just kind of just pressing the index and middle finger lightly on your throat. And just see if that light pressure, you don't want to push too hard because that can speed up the heart rate. Just start to connect with your heartbeat as well as with your breath. So noticing your inhales as you breathe in and the heartbeat. Noticing your exhales. If you're someone who tracks your heartbeat regularly, you might have noticed the trend that with each inhale, your heartbeat actually goes up a little bit. And with each exhale, your heartbeat goes down a little bit. And that's just your nervous system in action. And one of the hopes or goals in yoga and meditation might be to slow that resting heartbeat. So from here, with each exhale, can you just pay attention to that heartbeat and try to slow it down a little bit? Good. And then letting it go. Now, traditionally, loving kindness starts with ourselves. And that's because it's really hard to find love and kindness in other people if we haven't processed that on our own. And so I want you to start internally here. I want to invite you to take a moment and try to see what it would be like to love all of yourself, to be kind to yourself. It might be in ways that you talk to yourself. You might tell yourself in this moment, hey, guess what? I love you. I am deserving of love. I'm deserving of kindness. And just notice how, when you create that intention for yourself, how that changes how you feel. And really think about your heart space here. It might be in the center of your chest, it might be somewhere else for you. Notice your heart space and try to fill that space with as much love, kindness, and attention as you can. Sometimes people add on the layer of imagining your inner child. So, with some of the clients I work for, I actually have them take a picture of when they were kids and put it somewhere on their back of their phones or somewhere near them and send as much love and kindness to that kid as they can. It's the same idea as why, if you are a parent, you have your kids' photos and you look at them and you send them love. And now we just do that with ourselves. If you're someone who struggles to love yourself, that happens. It's heavy on the heart. And so sometimes we learn to love other people, things, places more, and then that can translate into knowing how to love. So if you're finding it difficult to send yourself love, think about something that it is easy to love. So I often think about like puppies. They do all sorts of bad things. They'll chew up your carpet, they'll go where they're not supposed to go. And at the same time, we send them so much love and kindness. And so if you have that ability, I want you to just reflect that on to yourself. We're not perfect. We're going to do things that sometimes we wish we hadn't done, or we make mistakes. And so today, I want to invite you to send that love, that forgiveness, that compassion to yourself. Just breathe it in and exhale it out. And now that heart space, I want you to imagine how full that is of the love you've just been giving yourself. And then I want you to expand that to something else or somebody else in your life. If that's a partner, if that's a friend, if that's a pet, a loved one, anything. I want you to share that love that you've built up in yourself and expand. And notice how that love just grows. And if you're a person who it's much easier to show love to others, that's a really good sign to work on loving yourself too. You deserve it just as much. So this morning, I invite you to First, give yourself love. And now, as we expand, giving love to those around us who we find it easy to love. And the final layer here, maybe the most challenging one, is to share love with those people that maybe it's a little harder to love, or maybe people you don't even know. So, as we're here at BC, I invite you to share that loving kindness with the people you work with, maybe the people you oversee, and then the whole community. And I invite in this last moment, just one last check in with yourself, a reminder that you are deserving of all the love that you can give. And I want to thank you for joining me today for this 10-minute mindfulness, loving kindness meditation. The thing is, that's the secret. That's it. All you have to do is remind yourself of how much care and love you deserve every day. And that's the secret. So I hope you take this practice with you as you move on in the world. And maybe this is something you start your day with every day as you move forward, and see how that changes the way you view the world. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. If you got an invite to this, you have my email, my BC email. Otherwise, thank you and have a great rest of your day. If you'd like something a little bit more upbeat, tomorrow we have Tabata Tuesday at noon. So I hope to see you all there. So thank you for joining me today. Have a great rest of your day.